Just a really quick video to show one of the advantages of having the Send hardware, the GoFullSend.com hardware, and I'm out riding around, screwing around on flight fins, having some fun, doing some airs, 180s, half cabs and whatnot, and I hit some rocks. In Florida, we have these razor sharp coral rocks that are pretty much everywhere. If it's not sand or water in Florida, it's coral rocks. And my board, I heard a loud noise and it stops, and I can tell what happened. One of these rocks got jammed up in there. I didn't bring anything with me. I just brought my board and myself, so I have no hex keys, but you just pop your little Send nuggets off. And look at that. All set, ready to ride. So one of the advantages of that, otherwise keep a well-stocked backpack with a hex key and extra screws and whatever else you might need, or Rick Miller's plug brush. I'll have a video on that one shortly. New thing. It'll have a hex key in it and cover your plug and have a brush to clean off your tire, off the goose crap, dog crap, and all the other junk that gets on your board. So I'll have another video on that one soon. Hey float fans, if you saw my last video where I had a rock stuck in my fender and I couldn't ride, but luckily I had the Send system installed, so I was able to pull my fender off with no tools. It reminded me that normally I would have a hex key on me even if I didn't bring my book bag, because I have the Rick Miller plug brush and I forget to put it on a lot of the times. This time I do have it on, so I'm going to show you what it is, and if you like it, you can go get it. Or Rick Miller was cool enough, he just puts the Thingiverse thing online. If you have a 3D printer, you just make your own. But this is what it looks like. And it is a port cover, so it covers up your port, keep dirt and crud from getting in there, and it's in there nice and tight, so it doesn't tend to come out on its own. But there's your port. Cool thing about it is it also has a space for your hex key. How slick is that? So you do have a hex key if you have an old standard fender, or you're having footpad issues or whatever. Fits your standard Onewheel hex keys, except for your big ones, obviously. And it's also a brush. Clean off all the goose crap off your board, clean your tires, clean your shoes, whatever. You know what a brush is and how a brush works. But it's pretty slick. It's 3D printed. He doesn't charge much for these things, or print your own. But Rick Miller plug brush, check it out if you have use for something like that. I think everybody does. Kind of handy and pretty useful. And then you will never leave home without a hex key. So Rick Miller plug brush. I'll put details about it in the comments, so you can either buy one from him or print your own. I know, if you know what law of attraction is, I think I just totally attracted this on myself. I just, probably not even 60 seconds ago, turned off this last video about the plug brush and how great it is for scraping off dog shit and whatnot. And I go to do a shove it, my foot slides off the board because I am just, apparently my foot is covered in dog crap. Oh no. Well, I'll try to use my plug brush, see if I can at least get enough of it off that I don't smear it all over my board to where I can get home and give it a proper cleaning. Okay, I'm still dealing with the gross aftermath of that turd catastrophe, and I'm pretty impressed with the way the plug brush worked, because I did not want to get back on my board with my feet covered in crap, smear it all over the grip tape even more, and all it is a flat piece of 3D printed plastic. I mean, it'd be nice to have a hard plastic bristle brush or even a steel bristle brush to really get in there good, but I just need to get home, and I need to get all this crap off of my feet and off my board, and just using this, it's not bad. I was able to get most of it off. I mean, it's going to look better once I scrape it real good with a brush or hose it down. The front had a massive turd on there, and now it's pretty much gone. And on my shoe, I can get down in the actual little waffle pattern pretty well with the corner of it. At least good enough that I can get home. I can ride home and then deal with this properly. So yeah, plug brush to the rescue. And people, please carry your plastic bags and clean up after your pets. Because if I catch you leaving a dog mess, I'll pick it up and I'll bring it to you. And you may not like where I put it. As miserable as it is dealing with dog crap all over your board, all over your shoes, hopefully at least you guys will get something out of this. And I've always looked for a good way to clean grip tape. I've never really found a decent way. If you try to use paper towels, they just shred. They don't seem to do much, and you get paper towel crap stuck in your grip tape. Doesn't really work that well. I saw somebody had used a belt sander cleaner, which is kind of like a rubber material that you can buy off Amazon. And I tried that. It doesn't work very well either. Steel bristle brush works pretty well. I have a plastic brush that I use sometimes that works okay. This one's bristles are a little too soft. I need a bit stiffer bristles. The plug brush actually worked pretty well considering it's just a piece of 3D printed plastic, just for kind of scraping it off. But what I just found that works fantastic is the magic eraser. If you're familiar with it, it's this little piece of foam stuff that you can buy for cleaning your kitchen and stuff like that. It's a little bit abrasive if you use it on sensitive things like your painted walls and stuff like that. But I recognize that this is a sacrificial material. It breaks itself up and attaches to dirt particles or whatever, and brings them away from the surface you're trying to clean. And so I figured, why not try it? And I used a little bit of Windex and hit the grip tape. Now you never want to get your grip tape too wet. And if you know me, I always talk about I never take my boards in the rain, never in the wet. My boards are dry, dry, dry. I don't care if they're water resistant, waterproof. I'm not taking my chances. But I hit the grip tape a little bit with a little bit of Windex, and just enough to kind of dampen it, and then hit it with the magic eraser, and it kind of crumbles up, but it took it right off. I mean, look at that grip tape. It looks like new. I didn't have to scrub hard. You can see it's kind of shredding up my magic eraser, but that's what they're made for. And look at that. I mean, it looks brand new. Dog turds are gone. So, magic eraser for the win. It's going to tear it up, but that's what they're made for. And that so far is the best thing I've found ever for cleaning grip tape. So try it out, see how it works.